Hello, welcome to my channel. I am so excited that you are here, and I just want to thank you so much for coming and listening to what I have to talk about today. I've done a series recently. It's called the title of the series is "What the Women Saw," and it's a series about what the women that Jesus spent time with when he was here on earth, and so I'm going to talk about Mary today. And all you women out there who have sons, y'all know what a special bond that is with between you and your sons. Um, so, Mary, she was pregnant before she got married. Um, and, that alone could have been enough for Joseph to decide not to marry her because in that day and age, that's the way things went. And they considered that getting divorced, which I don't know, whatever. Didn't live then, so it doesn't really pertain to me. Um, but it also meant that she could be executed. That, that was a horrible thing back then. And yeah, it was bad. Um, in Luke 1, it says Mary had found favor in God's eyes. God trusted Mary to give birth to give birth to and to raise his son. I cannot imagine the pressure of knowing that I'm raising God's son, the man who is going to change the world. Seriously, you know, that's a lot. But Mary's response when the angel came to her and told her what was getting ready to happen, she told the angel she is the servant of the Lord and that she is willing to let things be the way God says for them to be. She told God that he could do whatever he wanted to with her life, that she was there at wherever he needed her. Um, when when I haven't ever really thought about this before, but when Mary said yes, I'll bear your son, I'll give birth to him, I'll raise him. Um, she changed the world. Seriously, isn't that crazy? I mean, I just never thought about that. And so Mary gives birth in a manger, and just mind you, it's not a cute little manger like we put out at Christmas time or any of that stuff. It was not a pretty little manger. Yeah, like the inn was full, and so I would say that the manger, the barn, was full too because all the people in the hotel there had to get there some way. They didn't have cars back then, so that's where all their animals were staying. So it wasn't, a cute little sheep and a lamb. It was nasty. Yeah. Anyway, so that happens. Jesus grows up, and Jesus and Mary are at a wedding. Jesus' first miracle. And anybody who knows much of anything about Jesus in the Bible, we know about his first miracle. They're at this wedding. They run out of wine, and Mary says to herself, "You know what? Jesus can fix this. I think I'll just go over there and tell him to." So she goes to Jesus and she tells him they are out of wine. Jesus' response was like, "Why are you telling me this, woman?" Mary, I mean, he's a man. Mary just turns to the servants and tells them, do whatever he says. So Jesus did what his mama told him to do. He obeyed, and he told the servants what to do in order to make wine. Um, this this wine that Jesus made apparently wasn't just any old cheap wine. It was wine better than any of the wine that had been served that night. They were all impressed with the wine. The people who were running the wedding were kind of like, wow, this is better than what we brought out to begin with. You know, usually people bring out the good wine, and then when everybody's, a little bit lit, they bring out the cheap wine and nobody really cares. But no, Jesus made good wine. Jesus knew how to make wine. We don't often talk about Jesus going to parties, but in the book of Luke, he writes that Jesus, all the stories and the history that Luke tells about Jesus, he's either going to a party, coming from a party, or he's at a party. 85% of what Luke writes in his book is about Jesus being at a party. Jesus was a social person. He liked being at parties. And the relationship with Jesus and his mother, it was typical mother-son relationship. She sees a problem. I believe that even at that time, Mary knew what Jesus could do. Mary knew Jesus is the Son of God. Not everybody knew that. I mean, Jesus had not opened up his ministry yet. And so Mary was like, well, I know Jesus can fix it. And so she sees the problem. She knows Jesus is capable of fixing it. She goes to him and she tells him to fix it, like most moms do. If they have a problem, somewhere in the house or something, they go get their son or their husband or somebody, I need you to fix this for me. And they're like, what do you mean, Mom? And we're like, oh, just fix it. You can do it. I know you can. Jesus's response was like, Mom, not now. This isn't my time. Mary basically says, fix it. And she turns and walks off. So what did Jesus do? What all good sons do. He obeyed his mother. Yes, he did. Jesus made wine. He loved his mother, and he respected his mother. So what about Mary is so amazing? Well, between the ages of 12 to 14, she said yes to God. She said, take my life and do whatever you want. I'm willing to raise your son. That in and with itself, to me, is just kind of like, whoa, girl. Mary had faith. She knew Jesus could fix the wine. But not only did she have faith, she acted with grace, with boldness, and with confidence. Mary was a strong woman who cared about others. She was at a wedding. She knew that the people in charge of the wedding would be embarrassed to have run out of wine before the party was over. And so she goes to Jesus in a quiet and private way. She doesn't stand up in front of everybody and say, oh, okay, everybody, we're going to fix the wine. We're going to get the situation done. Jesus can do it, and I'm going to, tell him to do it. She goes privately to Jesus, and she tells the servants who are standing there also that they're to do whatever Jesus says. She doesn't say, go get all these people to help. She just says, do what Jesus says. And the servants did exactly what Jesus said. They filled up the barrels with water, and then it was wine. That just shows that Mary was not only a strong, faithful woman, but she cared about other people. She cared about other people's feelings. It's good to care about others. You just want other people to accomplish and to succeed. And so that is really what Mary wanted, was to, it wasn't like she was there to make Jesus do something that he really wasn't ready to do. Because, if it wasn't time for Jesus to do a miracle, this wouldn't have happened. So, I'm kind of lost. I don't know what to say. So, anyway, Mary was just a strong woman. There's a lot of women that in this series that they talk about. It's really a good series. Um, but anyway, I just wanted to come today and talk about Mary and talk about the faith that she had, and um, that she wasn't just some weak little person who just did whatever she was told to do. She had faith, and she had courage, and she had strength, and she did and said what needed to be done and said. Um, and so, that's something that I try to take in my life, and just do. Going through divorce and everything, it's just really, it can be devastating, and it's hard. But we have to look to God and know that He is going to get us through it, and He is going to be there for us on the other side when we do come through it, and when we do get to the point to where we say, you know what? I am strong, and I made it through that, and I'm going to pursue whatever it is that God wants me to pursue. And so that's kind of like what I'm doing with these YouTube videos. I just believe that God wants me to come on here and to talk to people, and just let people know that there is always a God to lean on. And He's always there. He will never leave us. That's true. So I'm going to go for now, but I thank you for watching my video. I thank you for anybody that likes my video. I thank you, because that helps spread my videos around. And if you would like to become a subscriber, that would be fabulous. Just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and have a fabulous day. Thank you so much.